Hey, I'm Mrs. B, and you're watching Mrs. B Reads. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is the first assignment of this year, 2018 to 2019, and it's Patricia McLaughlin, All the Places to Love. I'm going to read it to you, and then you're going to write a personal narrative about a place that you love. And it's got to be real. It's a personal narrative, so it's from your point of view about a place that you know really well. It can be anywhere, but it can't be made up, okay? It's not an imaginative narrative. All right, so here we go. All the Places to Love by Patricia McLaughlin. On the day I was born, my grandmother wrapped me in a blanket made from the wool of her sheep. She held me up in the open window so that what I heard first was the wind. What I saw first were all the places to love. The valley, the river falling down over rocks, the hilltops where blueberries grow. My grandfather was painting the barn, and when he saw me, he cried. He carved my name, Eli, E-L-I, on a rafter beside his name and grandmother's name and the names of my papa and mama. Mama carried me on her shoulders before I could walk. Through the meadows and hayfields, the cows watched us and the sheep scattered. The dogs ran ahead, looking back with sly smiles. When the grass was high, only their tails showed. When I was older, Papa and I plowed the fields. Where else is soil so sweet, he said. Once, Papa and I lay down in the fields holding hands, and the birds surrounded us. Raucous black grackles, redwings, crows in the dirt that swaggered like pirates. When we left, Papa put a handful of dirt in his pocket. I did too. My grandmother loved the river best of all the places to love. That sound like a whisper, she said, gathering in pools where trout flashed like jewels in the sunlight. Grandmother sailed little bark boats downriver to me with messages. I love you, Eli, one said. We jumped from rock to rock to rock, across the river to where the woods began, where bunchberry grew under the pine needle path and trillium bloomed. Under the beech tree was a soft, rounded bed where a deer had slept. The bed was warm when I touched it. When spring rains came and the meadow turned to marsh, cattails stood like guards and killdeers called. Ducks nested by marsh marigolds, and the old turtle, his shell all worn, no matter how slow, still surprised me. Sometimes we climbed to the place Mama loved best, with our blueberry buckets and a chair for my grandmother. To the blueberry barren where no trees grew, the sky an arm's length away, where marsh hawks skimmed over the land and bears came to eat fruit, and wild turkey left footprints for us to find, like messages. Where else, said my mama, can I see the sunrise on one side and the sunset on the other? My grandfather's barn is sweet-smelling and dark and cool. Leather harnesses hang like paintings against old wood, and hay dust floats like gold in the air. Grandfather once lived in the city, and he once lived by the sea, but the barn is the place he loves most. Where else, he says, can the soft sound of cows chewing make all the difference in the world? Today, we wait. Him sitting on a wooden slat chair and me on the hay. Until much later, my grandmother holds up a small bundle in the open window, wrapped in a blanket made from the wool of her sheep, and my grandfather cries. Together, we carved the name Sylvie in the rafter beside the names of grandfather and grandmother, and my mama and papa, and me. My sister is born. Someday I might live in the city. Someday I might live by the sea. But soon I will carry Sylvie on my shoulders through the fields. I will send her messages down river in small boats, and I will watch her at the top of the hill, trying to touch the sky. I will show her my favorite place, the marsh, where ducklings follow their mother like tiny tumbles of leaves. All the places to love are here, I'll tell her, no matter where you may live. Where else, I will say, does an old turtle crossing the path make all the difference in the world? So you're going to write a personal narrative about a place that you love. It can be somewhere you spend time in the summer. It can be under the front porch in your house. It can be your bedroom. It can be a treehouse. It can be anywhere. It just has to be a place that you love. So go ahead and write a story about it. Like and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Bye.